firefighting foam. This is, to me, a very exciting thing. We know the long-term impacts of PFAS have been and continue to be really a growing concern in Ohio, but also across the nation. PFAS compounds don't easily break down. They don't go away. And that's why you'll often hear them referred to as forever chemicals. Firefighters are exposed to these chemicals anytime they use aqueous film foaming form, otherwise known as AFFF firefighting foam. Canisters and barrels that are right out there are here from Ohio fire departments, and they're all full of hazardous AFFF. As the fire officials here can tell you, this foam was created to fight and smother flammable liquid fires. But after the flames go out, unfortunately, the PFAS chemicals remain. They get into the soil, they run off into the water, and they threaten the health of firefighters who regularly risk their own lives for the safety of others. In 2022, I signed a bill that banned the use of AFFF firefighting foam in training exercises. And of course, many fire departments across the state have stopped using them altogether. The problem now, though, is that they can't get rid of what they have left, what the fire departments have left across our state. Because PFAS compounds don't naturally break down, throwing the canisters away literally kicks the can down the road to the landfill. Dumping the contents in the drain puts PFAS in our water. Incinerating the foam puts PFAS in the air. But now, thanks to the partners standing with me today, including the Ohio EPA, the Ohio Department of Commerce's State Fire Marshal's Office, Battelle, and Revive Environmental, these forever chemicals will not live up to their name. This firefighting foam and the PFAS within it is quite literally about to be annihilated. Here today at Calamityville, in Greene County, we're officially launching the nation's first AFFF take-back program that will destroy firefighting foam and all the PFAS in it without any harmful byproducts or residual contamination. Other states are working towards similar programs, but Ohio is the first to launch. 3 fire departments, the Fairburn Fire Department, Sugar Creek, and Bellbrook, have already turned in hundreds of gallons of PFAS-laden firefighting foam for Ohio EPA's first foam collection event. Let me just say that this is just the beginning. We will take this foam from any fire department in the state of Ohio. We expect a lot of them to take us up on that. Any Ohio fire department that wants to get rid of this stuff can bring it here or to any of the other take-back events that the Ohio EPA has planned for the future. And they can safely dispose of it, and they can do that for free. There's no hazardous waste disposal fee. The main goal here is simply to protect public health and to protect our environment in Ohio. The AFFF will ultimately be handed over to the Revive Environmental, which will destroy the foam and destroy its PFAS using this state-of-the-art, the PFAS annihilator. This technology was developed by Battelle. We're very proud, of course, to have Battelle in the state of Ohio. They do a phenomenal job. If anyone is not familiar with Battelle, they're a leading science and technology nonprofit headquartered in Columbus that researches and develops solutions for many, many complex problems. If you think back to the height of the pandemic, it was Battelle that developed the life-saving technology to decontaminate hospital respirators and masks for doctors and nurses on the front lines. And I can just tell you that that was a time when we did not have enough of those, and the ability to reuse them was absolutely essential. And we were very proud that Battelle was able to develop this technology. It not only helped us here in the state of Ohio, but it helped across this country. And it came at a very, very crucial time. Now Battelle has done something else. They figured out how to destroy what we thought was indestructible. I'd like to now introduce Battelle President and CEO Lou Van Thaer to explain more about their groundbreaking technology. He will then be followed by Ohio EPA Director Ann Vogel, Commerce Director Sherry Maxfield, and Chief Deputy Fire Marshal Richard Sluter. We'll then do a quick Q&A before Revive Environmental shows you the United technology and explains how it works. Lou, thank you for joining us. Thanks, Lou.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here today, and it's really exciting for me and for everyone at Battelle. So Battelle's been testing and looking at these PFAS chemicals for 20 years. And what I'd like to do today, I give you the pitch, but I thought I would talk a little bit about my personal story in watching this, because I've been here 6.5 years, and my team started teaching me about these chemicals when I first got here, and I was like, oh my God, this is like asbestos. And it turns out it's actually much worse. The bonds are stronger. They don't stay in one place like asbestos does. They get into our drinking water. And I started sharing this and talking to the governor and some of his folks and saying, you've never heard of this, but watch out. This is going to be a big problem for the nation, for our citizenry, and something we need to pay attention to. And the governor did. We took research dollars and set aside a campaign at Battelle and turned our researchers loose with a lot of resources and said, solve this, find ways to fix this for the world, and what are we going to do? And in that, we've developed technologies now that can fingerprint, that can track, that can separate PFASs, and the one we're talking about today, Annihilator, that can actually destroy and break the bond into safe elements that don't need to go to a hazardous waste site or anything like that after we're done with them. Once we demonstrated that and it first worked, I talked to the governor again and said, you know, we got it. It's going to take us a while to make it actually work and scale it up, but there's something here. He started doing testing across the state a few years ago and started finding PFASs in places that we didn't want to find them, but like all states, we're not unique. They're in many of the things that we use, and the AFFF is one of the areas where they're most concentrated and put our first responders at most risk when they train and use those chemicals. So since then, we decided this needed to get to the world quicker than we could do it on our own, so we went out with partners and raised money. We established Revive Environmental. Dave, our CEO, is here today. And Revive has resources, scale. We now have, I believe, 8 of these machines built that you'll see today and scaling up more. And I'm working with many states and governments and others across the country for this first technology that can actually destroy these chemicals. So we're so proud to be part of this. We're so proud to be part of this community. And I'm so proud of a state government that didn't just watch this from the sidelines, but aggressively stepped in and made things happen. Governor, thank you for that.
Thanks, Lou. Thank you, Vogel.
Good morning. I'm Ann Vogel, Director of the Ohio EPA. This is a really exciting day for us, and thank you for hosting us. Thank you to the county commissioners, the mayor, the senator. This is a neat place for me. I don't know if you know this, Governor, but this site was actually remediated under the Ohio EPA Voluntary Action Program. It was a former cement factory, so the history here is really neat. So it's a great place for us to kick this off. Thank you to the Ohio EPA team who's here, and to Battelle, of course, for your partnership. It has been a few years in the making. It's been 5 years since Battelle had me out to see this, and we thought, oh, maybe someday that'll work. And here we are, kicking it off. So under Governor DeWine's leadership at the Ohio EPA, we have been focused on PFAS, following the science, doing the testing 4 years ago of our public water systems, and now here we are able to actually collect this material from fire departments across the state. Our emergency response team at the Ohio EPA, we respond with the fire departments, and so we know firsthand that this is still an exposure issue for our first responders, and so it's really exciting to be able to take this material off the shelves, take care of it for free for the fire departments. So, how will this work? Across the state of Ohio, as the governor announced, the Ohio EPA will have collection events. So it's important that fire departments register their materials, and then once we have enough quantity of material, we will be bringing the Annihilator out and collecting it and destroying it. So stay tuned. There will be one collection event in every region of the state where Ohio EPA is located. There's a website that will be stood up. All of this will be in the governor's press release that will go out here in a few minutes. So thank you again to all the partners in the room. Thanks, Wright State and Calamityville, for having us out. Enjoy the morning.
Thank you, Sherry.
Good morning. I'm Sherry Maxfield, Director of the Department of Commerce, and you're probably thinking, what does the Department of Commerce have to do with this effort? We are the chief regulatory agency, and our mission is promoting prosperity by protecting what matters most, and one of our key divisions actually is the division of the State Fire Marshal. You know, we worry about our health, our lives, our livelihood, and this is all handled by the Department of Commerce, but today we're here to talk about the fire service. The Division of the State Fire Marshal does not put out the fires. We train, we assist local firefighters, and in this space, we are actually hosting the Central Ohio Take-Back site. And I am now going to turn it over to Chief Deputy Sluter from the State Fire Marshal to talk a little bit more about the fire service and our partnership with them.
Thank you, Director. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and honored guests, for years, the AFFF has been the cornerstone in our fight against flammable liquid fires. Its effectiveness in vapor containment has made it a vital tool in our arsenal. However, the discovery that AFFF contains PFAS, also known as those forever chemicals, due to their persistence in the environment, has raised significant concerns. The bill signed by Governor DeWine in March of 2022 was pivotal in our moment in our ongoing commitment to the health and the safety of our firefighters and the protection of our environment. And now this program will destroy PFAS and contaminated materials effectively and provide a cleaner and safer future for the fire service. By eliminating the stockpiled AFFF and related PFAS-containing materials, we are taking a critical step towards safeguarding our water sources and preserving the well-being of our communities. This initiative allows the departments to safely discard AFFF without financial burden typically associated with hazardous waste disposal. By providing a no-cost solution, this helps a safer working condition for our firefighters in every department, regardless of their budget constraints. It's undeniable that firefighting remains a dangerous profession, fraught with risks that go beyond the flames. However, initiatives like the AFFF Take-Back program represent a significant stride in lessening those risks, particularly from toxic exposure, and serves as a starting point towards ensuring the bravery of our firefighters does not come at their long-term health. As we move forward, I'd like to extend my gratitude to Governor DeWine for your support and your dedication to this cause. I wish to thank the Ohio EPA, the Department of Commerce, and Battelle for their cooperation and collaboration in making the AFFF Take-Back program a reality for the fire departments of Ohio. Thank you.
Chief. We're going to have a demonstration in just a moment. Before that, we can take any questions from the press. Anybody's got anything? We got the experts up here. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry, say that again. Oh. Chief, you got any?
We don't. Hundreds of gallons, thousands of gallons. But
Probably 30 to 40,000 across the state.
there you go. 30 to 40,000 is our best estimate, but that's why we need to have it all registered to know.
Anybody else? Okay. Revive's going to do a little demonstration.
Take you through, Governor. Thank you.
Bring your hand.
All right, so let's go this way. This is Amy from Battelle. Let's get started and just talk to you a